From Hilliard Darby High School in Hilliard, Ohio, it's the OHSCA Regional Semifinals between the Grandview Bobcats and the Mechanicsburg Indians. Hi again, everybody. Murphy Horning here with John Sterniker. The Bobcats are coming off a miracle 35-28 win against Paint Valley with Luke Lachey taking snaps at quarterback for the Bobcats. He was Grandview's third stringer. And the Indians of Mechanicsburg, they're coming off a blowout 32-7 win over Adana. Grandview is 7-4. They're out of the Mid-State League Ohio Division. And Mechanicsburg, they are 9-2 out of the Ohio Heritage Conference. Well, John, it's that time of year again. As we're about to start the national anthem here. We'll be right back. Nice rendition of our national anthem by the Grandview and Mechanicsburg marching bands there. But, John, Bobcats are coming off quite possibly one of the best wins in the history of the program.
Yeah, that was what's there to say about last week? They avenged a loss from the previous season against Paint Valley. Everyone helped and came in for the Bobcats. It was a team effort and a team win for Grandview. If you recall, near the end we had a few injuries, but yeah, needless to say, that was it's been a long time since we've seen a win like that, Murphy. It's been, since probably the 2015 team since they've gotten a huge win like that. And they not only did they beat a Paint Valley team, they beat a good Paint Valley team. We've seen in recent years, we saw them last year how good of a team that they were in Grandview. Just the fact that they were able to hang in there, even going through overtime and stick with it despite Paint Valley coming back, it was a huge win and possible momentum win as they try to carry it on against Mechanicsburg here.
Next man up. That's what worked for the Bobcats last week. And you mentioned 2015. This is Grandview's first playoff win since that 2015 season. And this is the third decade Grandview has had a season in which they won a playoff game. The Cats hope to duplicate what they did 4 years ago where they reached the state Final Four. And all bets are off in the playoffs, John.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously the record doesn't matter once you get in the playoff time. We've seen it not only in high school level but in college and NFL. It's going to be interesting to see, Murphy, especially with some of the few guys that Grandview has still on the starting roster, how they play against a tough Mechanicsburg team who's a very defensive team. And not only that, they only lost to West Jeff by 8 points this year. And everyone knows about how good West Jeff has gone in football over the last few years. And Mechanicsburg only to lose by 8. This is not going to be an easy game for Grandview.
Oh, John, good thing West Jeff left the MSL when they did, because West Jeff is 10-1 this year. They're going on to the second round, and they beat a very good Mechanicsburg team 30-22. But they are in the Ohio Heritage Conference, which features the likes of Catholic Central, Cedarville, Greenon, West Jeff, Triad, Northeastern, Fairbanks, and West Liberty Salem. Both teams have taken the field here. Mechanicsburg there in the blue helmets, white jerseys, yellow pants. Cats technically the home team here tonight, as it is closer to Grandview Heights. Home team in the playoffs is determined by geographic location. The Cats are in the blue helmets, blue jerseys, and blue pants. Grandview won the toss. They elected to defer to the second half. They'll be kicking from left to right as John and I look out to the field here at Hilliard Darby High School.
It's a chilly night, but definitely a nice night for some football. And we'll see how Grandview, they're used to playing in this weather at this point.
It is a clear, cold night. Temperature will be in the mid-30s most of this evening, as it is a pretty comfortable night as the wind is not too bad. It looks like the wind is coming from the west. And we are about set to go. Mason Gastasi to kick off for Grandview Heights. Deep back to return is Keith Bebout and Mac DeLong for the Indians. They're standing at their own 20-yard line. But Gastasi awaits the whistle from the referee, raises his hand, and here we go. Gastasi runs up, kicks a line drive kick down the right side. It's caught at the 18-yard line by Mac DeLong. He's to the 30, trying to shake a tackle, and he's brought down at the 36-yard line. And that's where Mechanicsburg will have starting field position.
Yeah, Mechanicsburg, they're going to get a good shot here at the beginning. I mean, not only was I saying defensively that they've been pretty outstanding, offensively too. I mean, this is an all-around pretty good team that, yes, they are a 6 seed, but they've been in this situation many, many times. They've actually been in the playoffs the last 7 years, Murphy. Can you believe that?
Mechanicsburg runs a 2-quarterback system. It's Logan Hurst who's taken less of the snaps out to take the first snap here this evening. Hurst in the gun, 2 receivers split out wide to the left, a man at his left hip. That's Probst. Hurst takes a snap, hands it to Probst on the counter, and he dives up to the 40-yard line. He may have gotten 4 on first down as Mechanicsburg tries to go to the wide side on the first play of the game.
Yeah, and he's got some speed already. You can tell just on that first handoff he's going to be flying out the gates. Grandview, I mean, they've been doing a lot better job as of the past few games stopping the run. Even in that Reedy game, I mean, yeah, Reedy, they put up some points, but they did a good job with the run especially.
2 receivers wide to the left. Probst in the shotgun with Hurst. Hurst takes the snap. Actually, it's not Hurst, it's Conley. Conley cuts it back. He's to the 40, bounces to the outside, breaks a tackle, and he's thrown down at the 43-yard line, about 3 yards shy of the first down.
Again, going to QB option, sticking with the run. And I believe that time, I don't know who it was on the Grandview end. I believe it was Glenn Cribbs. That was a throwdown. He threw him straight on the ground. And you're going to have heavy tackles like that because there was one that was already he already broke one tackler, and Glenn was able to throw him down.
Mechanicsburg switches in Hurst for Conley. They like to rotate the quarterback almost every snap. And they line up 2 receivers wide, far side to the right. Props in the shotgun with Logan Hurst. 1 receiver wide in the slot to the left. Hurst takes a snap, but before the snap, a whistle blows. And timeout is called by Mechanicsburg. But John, not much to dissect here in these first 2 plays. Just some ground and pound for the Indians here.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the Grandview should get used to this. I mean, they've been all season they've been playing teams that have just been sticking to the ground pound. Need I mind you the Harvest Prep game? Grandview's seen teams that love to run. Grandview's seen a lot of teams that love to run the football. And if they can, the big thing's been that line. I mean, if they can make adjustments on defensive line and probably stick with that blitz formation, they could have a good chance in hanging in here. Like you were saying, Murphy, Mechanicsburg, they switched their quarterback, so you don't know who or when they're going to throw and run. Grandview, they've just got to hang in there and just make some big-time stops if they want to win this thing.
Both quarterbacks are accurate passers. Conley is 62 for 115. Hurst 37 for 59. 3rd and 3 for Mechanicsburg at their own 43. Hurst in the shotgun with props at his left hip. 2 receivers stacked to the right, 1 wide to short side of the field to the left. Hurst takes a snap. He hands it off to Props. Props cuts it back. Has a first down 50. He has daylight 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Mechanicsburg.
Yeah, what I just say, got past that line and broke through the line, actually, basically. And, Perps, like what you're saying about Perps, he's a very quick guy, and he just outsped the whole defense right there.
And Chase Props, that's his 18th touchdown of the year. He was almost a 1,300-yard rusher, and that carry does put him over the 1,300-yard mark. And looks like Mechanicsburg's going for 2 here. Their kicker has missed 7 PATs, but Conley is in the shotgun in an empty set. 1 receiver wide to the left, tight end to the right. Conley takes a snap. He rolls to his right, cuts it back. He's to the 2. He leans to the goal line. Did he get in? Yes, he did. The conversion is good. Mechanicsburg has an early 8-0 lead.
Yeah, not an ideal start for Grandview. After you did so well in those first 2 plays, they come right at you with a 65-yard touchdown run. And to get an extra 2, Grandview, they're going to have a lot of work to do tonight. But, I mean, it's only 8-0. It's early on. Definitely a lot of time to go in this game.
And it was one big play. It's first drive of the game. Cats offense will get the ball here. And it appears that it will be Luke Lachey again at quarterback for the Bobcats. Kyle Casey is playing tonight, but with that elbow still aching, you won't see him taking snaps from the shotgun. You won't see him throwing the ball tonight. No,
it looks like he's just going to be playing some defense here. And we saw Charlie James, like I was making before. He was, like you were saying, Murphy, he's out too. So it's going to be interesting to see what Grandview does in the quarterback. I believe Luke Lachey will probably take over at QB and see what type of plays that they drew up this week.
As John and I look out to the field, Mechanicsburg will kick from right to left. Danny Muscadri, the kicker for Mechanicsburg. Luke Lachey near side and Corey Culp far side of the 10 to return for Grandview Heights. Muscadri gets the whistle. He's 7 yards behind the ball. And he runs up, kicks an end-over-end kick far side of the field. It bounces at the 22. It's picked up by Culp at the 20. He's the 25, and he dives up to past the 30-yard line. And the Cats have respectable field position for their first offensive drive of the game.
Yeah, not a bad start if you're Grandview. And again, how many times have we seen field position be a big factor in Grandview games this season, Murphy? The big thing here is what you're going to want to do. Even if you don't score here, you got to just advance the football. That's going to be key, especially this Mechanicsburg team. They can get down the field so quick. You got to just keep moving the ball forward, even if you don't get first downs early on in the beginning of the game.
Grandview still in the huddle, and they break the huddle. They line up 2 receivers stacked to the right. Lachey in the shotgun with Trey Cook. 1 receiver short side to the left. Motion Cribbs. Lachey takes a snap. He rolls to his right, looks downfield, cuts up the middle, breaks a tackle 35, and he lunges forward to the 36-yard line. So a decent gain for Lachey on first down, and it's 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, I saw Luke fighting for those extra yards there. That's what it's going to take to win these type of games. And the defense of Mechanicsburg, I mean, you saw like 3 guys try to hop on Luke to take him down right there. It ain't going to be easy to throw down. But nice run, quarterback run right there for Grandview.
And Darion Davis is back onto the field. Cook and Cribbs wide to the left, Culp wide to the right. Davis in the shotgun with Lachey. Lachey takes a snap. He runs up the middle. He's to the 40. Lost the football. It's picked up by the Bobcats, but they're going to rule that Lachey was down. They rule Lachey was down. It was picked up by Grandview anyways. Actually, it may have actually been helpful for Grandview Heights if the play was not ruled dead at the 40.
Well, someone picked it up and probably had room to run. Looked like it might have been Trey Cook.
It was Cook who
hopped over to his hands, and he would have been gone had that ball been a fumble. But yeah, Luke Lachey, that was just a fumble. That was just very accidental right there. It just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time and just got swatted. You got to just still take care of that football as much as possible.
2 receivers wide to the left, 1 near side to the right. That's Glenn Cribbs. Davis at Lachey's right hip. 1st and 10 for Grandview at the 40. Motion Culp. Lachey takes a snap, a dive up the middle, doesn't have a whole lot of room. He gets up to the 43 for, let's call it a 3-yard rush. And we heard going in, John, Grandview might try and air it out a little bit more tonight. They did not do it much last week, but you have to imagine Lachey will have to put it up in the air if Grandview wants to win, because Mechanicsburg, if Grandview's running every play, it won't be tough for them to figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely. You gotta mix it up here a little bit. You can't be playing the same type of can't be sticking with the run against this team the entire game. It ain't gonna work. But so far, so good.
2nd down and 7. Lachey takes a snap. It is a handoff to Davis. He has no room up the middle as he is met at the 43-yard line. Good job by the Indians' defensive front there to stuff Davis at the line for no gain, and it's 3rd and 7. And might we see Luke Lachey put it up in the air here, John?
Yeah, you would think that would be the go-to play for the Bobcats. Or do you have Luke Lachey maybe stick with the throw? But you think you would want to line him up. The question is, who would you throw to? But you got option. I mean, Glenn Cribbs is a very great receiver for Grandview. He's a senior.
Grandview breaks the huddle. 3 receivers wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Davis at Lachey's left hip. Motion, Cook. Lachey rolls to his right. He's looking down the field.
There you go.
Throws and a diving catch by Glenn Cribbs at the Mechanicsburg 45, which elicits a loud roar from the Grandview fans here at Hilliard Darby.
And what I just say about Glenn Cribbs, he's definitely, with Lachey being at quarterback, Glenn Cribbs you would think would be the go-to receiver mainly for the Bobcats. He's had a few touchdowns this season, and he's done a good job receiving wise. And that was just a nice little look. Nice look from Luke, too. He knew right where to put it, and good grab.
Cribbs, Culp, and Cook wide to the left, Mott wide to the right. Lachey in the shotgun with Davis to his left. 1st and 10, Grandview at the 45. Lachey takes the snap, looks left, bounces up the middle, spins. He's stuffed at the 43-yard line. He won't go further. Good containment by the Mechanicsburg D-line.
Yeah, and so far the running game, Murphy, has not been doing so well. I mean, Luke Lachey's had a few QB sneaks, but besides that, with the handoffs, it just has not been working. Mechanicsburg on that defensive line, they've been doing a good job just stuffing that offensive line for Grandview. It might be worrisome when you throw the football. If you start to see, especially with runs, that defensive line take over, it's really scary when you throw the ball.
Max Mott wide to the left. Near side, you have Glenn Cribbs. Luke Lachey in the gun with Davis to his left. Lachey takes a snap. Hand off up middle to Davis. Davis hit at the 42. He's stopped there.
Yeah.
Again, Cats can't get any room up the middle.
No. Mechanicsburg, they're pretty known for that over the years, just clogging up that middle and always stopping the run. Again, very defensive Mechanicsburg team that we're playing this year. But Grandview, you got plenty of time. You got options to go with.
3rd and 7 for the Bobcats at the Mechanicsburg 42. 2 receivers near side to the right, 1 far side to the left. Lachey again in the shotgun with Darion Davis. 3rd down and 7. Lachey takes a snap. He's back to throw. He pumps. He rolls to his left. He's looking down the field. He'll run. He's hit at the 41, and he's down there. That looked like it was a designed pass there. Lachey tried to find some space on the far side of the field, but there was no room, and it's 4th and 6 for the Bobcats. And it looks like the Bobcats will punt it away here.
Yeah, nothing going, and again, Grandview, I mean, they tried to go for the pass, but good job, again, defensively on the ends-wise for Mechanicsburg, not letting Lachey find anyone. And, yeah, Lachey had nothing to do but try to get a first down with the run.
McCormick to punt. It looks like Keith Bebout to return for Mechanicsburg. He's standing at the 25. It's a high snap. Mechanicsburg or McCormick, a good end-over-end kick. It bounces at the 5 and goes into the end zone, so not a fortuitous bounce for the Bobcats there. And Mechanicsburg will take over at their own 20, leading 8-0, John.
Yeah, just got too much roll on that kick. I mean, as a kicker, sometimes you got to make sure you know when you punt the ball, how you want it to land. That time just rolled out of the end zone. But still back at the 20, Grandview. They can definitely push them back. And if you're Grandview, you got plenty of time still, Murphy. You don't got to rush anything here. It's early on.
1st and 10 for Mechanicsburg at their own 20. Hurst in the shotgun with Probst. 2 receivers wide to the right. Hurst takes a snap. Play action. He lobs it over the middle. Incomplete.
There's a flag.
He was looking for Mac DeLong. He was turned around a little bit. There is a flag down at the 28-yard line. We'll see what this is. It's a hold against the Bobcats. And that's a 10-yard penalty and an automatic first down for the Indians there at their own 30-yard line. But just can't have those penalties. Maybe that is why DeLong was not able to haul it in there. But nevertheless, it's 1st and 10 Mechanicsburg at their own 30-yard line. They switch quarterbacks once again. It's Conley in the shotgun with Chase Probst. 1 receiver wide to the left. That's Keith Bebout. 2 receivers stacked to the right. He takes a snap. Hands it right side to Probst. Probst to the 35-40, 45-50. Down the sideline, 30, 25-20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown, Mechanicsburg. Chase Probst, 70 yards and it's 14-0 Indians.
Yeah, props again with another big-time run. Grandview yet to figure him out, really, Murphy. They've gotten a few stops with him, but that time he breaks free again.
That's Prop's second touchdown run, and he already has 130 yards. And this is only Mechanicsburg's second drive. And the Indians are going for 2 here once again. Logan Hurst in the shotgun all by himself. One receiver wide to the left, that's Keith Bebout. Tight end to the right. Motion Bebout. Hurst takes a snap. He rolls to his right. He's looking for the corner, slips a tackle, and gets into the end zone. The conversion is good. Mechanicsburg leads 16-0. Well, not the start you drew up for Grandview Heights tonight, John.
No, not very ideal for Grandview thus far. Still plenty of time to go. You got 5 minutes still in the first quarter. But you gotta, it's early on. We gotta figure things out here soon. You know who's gonna be the star factor for Mechanicsburg. You know who's gonna be getting the carries and the big time runs. It's just gotta find ways to stop him. I mean, yes, he's very, very fast. Yes, but you can make transitions, especially on the line. You can make those transitions to block him and cover up corners. Because it looks like that's where he's going to, Murphy, a lot, is to those corners to try to outspeed the defense. And Grandview, they just need to tighten up down there a little bit.
Grandview does need to tighten up. As Chase Props has had 2 massive runs tonight as the big play has bit the Bobcats so far here tonight. Mechanicsburg kicking from right to left. Danny Muscadri to boot it for the Indians. Corey Culp far side. Luke Lachey right side of the 10 to return for Grandview Heights. Muscadri gets the whistle. 7 yards back behind the ball. Runs up, and he kicks an end-over and kick far side of the field. It's caught by Lachey at the 16. He's to the 20. He cuts right. He's to the 25. Slips a tackle 30.
Nice cuts.
And he gets up to – he kept fighting there. I thought he was going to be down to the 33, but he got up to the 37 there. Great run for Lachey on the return.
Great run and nice cuts from Luke. And you see why he's going to Iowa now.
Yeah.
He gets it. Good fight to get those extra few yards are big time for Grandview. Like I said, every yard's going to matter, and the key thing is to just keep moving up the football. This team, this offensive team, Mechanicsburg, you just do not want to give them as much room to score as possible. And let's see if Grandview, if they can mix things up here a little bit.
Glenn Cribbs wide to the right. Corey Culp and Max Mott wide to the left. Luke Lachey in the shotgun, far hash of the field with Darion Davis. First and 10, Bobcats at 37. Motion Cook. Lachey takes a snap. He runs up the middle, doesn't have a lot of room. He may have gotten up to the 41 there. Looks like he's down at the 40. So, again, good containment by the Indians' D-line there.
Yeah, again, that run up the middle just not working early on for Grandview. And the one time Grandview has aired it out, Murphy, it's been a completion. It was that completion to Glenn Cribbs.
It was that completion to Cribbs. And Luke Lachey, before the game, Calvin was telling me, Lachey said the toughest part about playing quarterback is making reads. But he's being put to the test here early and often. 3 receivers wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Lachey takes a snap. Quick throw right to Glenn Cribbs behind the line of scrimmage. He's to the 40, slips a tackle 45, gets the first down, and he's brought down at the 50-yard line. So that's Lachey's second completion of the game. Glenn Cribbs has been his go-to man so far. And it's first and 10 for the Bobcats at midfield.
Yep, first down for Grandview, and it's plays like that you're just going to need. Even if you're barely getting the first downs, you're getting first downs, right? And look, they did a good job right there to get that.
First and 10, Grandview at the 50-yard line. Culp, Cribbs, and Cook wide to the left. Max Mott near side to the right. Davis in the pistol with Luke Lachey. Ball at the right hash of the field. Lachey takes a snap. Handoff middle to Davis. Again, he has no room. He lost the football. It's picked up by Mechanicsburg. They're at the Grandview 35-30. 25-20. Spins away. He's to the 10, and he's finally pushed out of bounds at the Grandview 7. That was Keith Bebout who recovered the fumble there. And oh man, oh man, oh man. What a nightmarish start for Grandview here tonight, John.
Yeah, not ideal, definitely for Grandview. Again, I didn't really see what happened in that fumble. I mean, the ball just randomly, there was a big huddle and the ball just popped out. But good heads-up play to know where you were when the ball came out and to take it. And Grandview, they need to stop here. As much as I hate to say it, it's early on, but you need to show this offense that you can somewhat stop them.
First and goal, Mechanicsburg at the Grandview 8-yard line. Aaron Conley in the shotgun with Probst and Jake Hurst. Split backfield, one receiver wide to the left. He takes a snap, handoff right to Probst. Probst can't shake a tackle, and he's thrown down at the 11-yard line by, it looks like Connor Doby's there for a 3-yard loss. And, John, the Cats needed that.
Yeah, big time. You need to get your defense somehow, or your team just in general, a little bit momentum here. Early on, it's just been all Mechanicsburg, nothing going for the Cats. And a big play like that can slowly but surely transition from the momentum.
Second down goal, Mechanicsburg at the Grandview 12-yard line. Mechanicsburg 16, Grandview nothing. I formation for the Indians. Hurst under center. 2 men in the backfield. Hurst takes a snap, hands it to the tailback, Props. He's at the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indians. They lead 22-0.
Is that already the third touchdown run for the first quarter? Yeah, I believe so.
The third touchdown for Chase Props tonight, as he is already having a whale of a day.
Looks like we're getting word it wasn't Props. It might have been different, right? But anyways, the point is that the running game has just been has been turning up for Mechanicsburg.
And they're going for 2 here again.
Yeah.
Aaron Conley in the shotgun, empty set. One receiver, that's Keith Bebout to the left. Motion Bebout. Conley takes a snap. A run to the left corner. He cuts it back. He's hit at the 2, and he's brought down at the 1, and the conversion is no good.
Yeah, Grandview needed that. I mean, they need something to just start to go their way, even if that is stopping a 2-point conversion. Just any way possible to stop this run from Mechanicsburg, and maybe even a 2-point conversion could be a slight little bit of a momentum change. But early on, not looking too pretty for the Bobcats.
Not looking too pretty indeed, John.
There's still plenty of time to go. I mean, we're still in the first quarter for sakes with 2:36.
But a nightmare start for the Bobcats. 2 big plays, a fumble, and then Mechanicsburg punched it in on an and goal situation. And just like that, they lead 22-0 with 2:36 left in the first quarter. The Indians break the huddle, and they'll line up to kick off. Danny Muscadri to Kyle Casey. It appears that he is warming up on the sideline for Grandview Heights. Muscadri to kick off for Mechanicsburg from right to left. Lachey and Culp deep back to return for Grandview Heights at their own 10-yard line. Muscadri awaiting the whistle. He's 7 yards behind the ball. He runs up, kicks a short line drive kick. It's picked up the middle by Lachey at the 13. He runs far side to the 20. 25, he's hit down at the 28-yard line. A big hit there by Mechanicsburg as that has the Indian sideline.
And Casey looks like might be going in.
As Kyle Casey, it appears he is heading into the game for the Grandview Bobcats. And trotting out to the field is Kyle Casey. He gets an ovation from the Bobcat fans here. First and 10, Grandview at their own 29-yard line. Trey Cook just sprinting onto the field there. Cook and Cribbs wide to the right, 1 man wide to the left. Casey in the shotgun with Davis at his left hip. Casey takes a snap, looks, quick throw left to Lachey. He catches, turns upfield to the 35, stays on his feet, first down, and he's out of bounds at the Grandview 41-yard line. So, again, the elusiveness of Luke Lachey there.
Yeah, and Kyle staying in could be huge for the Bobcats. Not only what that does, Murphy, is now you have Luke Lachey. You don't have to force him to run up the middle with the football every single play. You can give him some breathers now, which could be huge for Grandview. And Kyle, that was a really solid, good throw right there, right off the bat.
First and 10, Grandview at their own 41. Grandview in the pistol. Davis in the backfield. He moves to Casey's left. Two receivers to the right, one wide far side. Lachey takes a shotgun, or Casey takes a shotgun snap. Hand off to Davis up the middle. He dives to the 44-yard line for a modest gain on 1st and 10.
Yeah, it's that throwing game, Murphy. That's doing well against Mechanicsburg. Rather than we're used to seeing the running game doing a good job, but the throwing game thus far has been what's been working for Grandview.
2nd down and 7, Bobcats at their own 44. They trail 22-0, 90 seconds left in the first quarter. Cook and Cribbs wide to the right, Lachey to the left. Casey takes a shotgun snap. Fires over the middle, incomplete, but there's a flag. He was trying to get Glenn Cribbs on a slant route, but it looks like Gabe Chandler interfered for Mechanicsburg as he was not letting Cribbs cut across the field there. Penalty is actually called against Mac DeLong of Mechanicsburg, the strong safety senior. So that's penalty. They'll put the Bobcats in Indians territory as the ball is spotted at the Mechanicsburg 41.
And slowly but surely, Bobcats starting to move down the field a decent amount.
Lachey wide to the left, Cribbs wide near side to the right. Casey in the shotgun, Davis at his left hip, 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And Mechanicsburg jumped. Did Grandview cause Mechanicsburg to react, or did Mechanicsburg jump? It looks like Mechanicsburg jumped, and that makes it 1st down and 5 for the Bobcats. Caden Coleman whistled for the penalty.
It's going to be a 5-yard penalty,
Yep.
and yeah.
1st and 5 for the Bobcats, Mechanicsburg 36. 1:19 left in the first quarter. Grandview trails 22-0. Bobcats line up Lachey wide short side to the left. Two receivers split out to the right. Casey in the gun with Davis. Kyle takes a snap. Hands off to Davis. Davis up the middle. He's met at the 33. Doesn't get further. Mechanicsburg came away with the football there. I see.
Looks like they're going to mark him Davis down.
Looks like Keith Beebe out with the football there. Or Noah Wolf came out with the football there. But Davis was down, and it's 2nd down and 2 for the Bobcats. Casey comes back from the sideline after presumably having gotten the play. And let's see how Grandview lines up. Glenn Cribbs wide far side. Two receivers wide to the right. That's Culp and Lachey. Cook in the backfield with Casey. Casey takes a snap. Looks, throws right. It's caught by Lachey for a 1st down. He drags a tackler and gets up to the 22-yard line. And all of a sudden, John, Bobcats are in business here.
Now Grandview moving the football, and that was a nice quick throw and catch right there. And then maybe that's what Grandview needs to do against this defense. We've already seen it 3 times now, Murphy, with a quick catch and throw, and they begin 1st downs from it. Keep sticking with the throwing game as much as possible. I mean, this Mechanicsburg team, we've seen them been stopping the run, but the throws, they just have not had any stoppage for yet.
Two receivers wide far side. Luke Lachey, bottom of your screen. Kyle takes a shotgun snap. He pumps. He's being chased. Throws it right side and double coverage. Incomplete. The throw was well to the left of Luke Lachey. Aaron Conley almost had a chance to pick it for Mechanicsburg, but it was a wobbling throw by Casey.
Yeah.
And thankfully, that was incomplete.
Well, it was on the other end. I believe it was Chase Hersey that tracked down Casey, and at the last second, I believe Casey still got the ball off, but oh boy, it was close. Had he waited one more second, that ball could have been on the ground. So the way I look at it, Grandview got a nice little break right there because it could have been bad for Kyle.
One receiver each direction. Lachey far side, Glenn Cribbs to the right. They snapped the ball, and a whistle blew before the snap.
Looks like a timeout.
Timeout called by the Grandview Heights Bobcats. Well, John, big story this game. Chase Probst for the Indians. Bobcats just cannot stop him.
Yeah.
He's had 2 big plays, and Cats just can't bring him down.
Yeah, it's definitely been the story thus far. And the first right off the bat on the first handoff, he went off, basically took it to the races. And Grandview since then has just not been able to find a way to stop them. And the running game's been huge for Mechanicsburg. Not only that, but they also have another rushing touchdown in there. And Grandview, they just got to find ways to stop this run. I mean, we've seen them, like I mentioned before, we've seen them play teams this season that have been known to just rushing the football. And Grandview, they're used to these type of offense. They just got to find ways to with the transitions and who's guarding who. If they can stick with their fundamentals, they can definitely come right back into this ball game.
Cats have a chance to do it here with 2nd down and 10 to the Mechanicsburg 23-yard line. The Indians come out of the huddle, and so do the Bobcats. Let's see how Grandview lines up. Luke Lachey wide to the far side. Glenn Cribbs and Corey Culp wide short side to the right. Casey in the shotgun with Davis. Kyle takes a snap, fumbles it. It's loose at the 27, and Darion had it, lost it. It's loose near the sideline. Mechanicsburg says they have it. Who has the football? They have not signaled who has it, and it looks like Grandview dove back on it or went out of bounds. But either way, it looks like the Bobcats will maintain possession of the football. But John, it's been all Indians in the first quarter. They lead 22-0. We'll be back for the start of the second. You're listening to Bobcats football on ghathletics.org. Back at Hilliard Darby for the OHSAA regional semifinals between the Grandview Bobcats and the Mechanicsburg Indians. Mechanicsburg leads 22-0, and the winner of this game faces the winner of Southeastern versus Covington. And Chillicothe Southeastern leads Covington by a score of 8-7 in the first quarter. Southeastern is the first seed out of the Scioto Valley Conference, same conference that has Paint Valley and Adana, two teams that lost in the Region 24 playoffs. In Covington, they are the 4th seed in Region 23. 3rd and 13 for the Bobcats at Mechanicsburg 27. This is the first play of the second quarter with the Bobcats trailing 22-0. Trips wide, long side to the left, one receiver far side to the right. Casey takes a snap, looks, throws over the middle, nearly intercepted there.
They read him.
As great coverage there by Noah Wolf. He read the play right away.
Yeah.
He just couldn't haul it in, but it's 4th and 13 for the Bobcats, and you have to go for it here.
Yeah, at this point in the game, and your defense has not been able to stop that run for Mechanicsburg. And you're on the 27, I'd definitely go for it. Yes, it's going to be long 4th down, but with Kyle, he's been throwing some good passes today, so let's see what they have chalked up.
Huge play.
Huge
early
play.
In the second quarter, Cats trail 22-0. They need a score to get back in this one because they cannot stop Mechanicsburg. Two receivers to the left, two wide to the right. Casey in the gun with Davis. Kyle takes a shotgun snap, rolls to his left, throws over the middle, intercepted. It's picked off by Mechanicsburg. There to the 30, and he's brought down by Darion Davis at the 33-yard line. To be honest, that interception doesn't really make a difference because it's a turnover on downs anyways, but it does make a difference of 6 yards in field position for the Indians. And that's a second turnover tonight for the Grandview Bobcats.
Yeah, Kyle just looking for Lachey, and he was stuck in a 4-on-1 disadvantage. And I almost called him Covington, excuse me. Mechanicsburg got the best of Grandview right there. And not a terrible pass from Kyle necessarily, but I mean, we're in your traffic of 4-on-1. It's so hard to get to that one guy. Unless your name's Tyreek Hill.
Two receivers in the backfield two men in the backfield with Conley, one receiver each direction. Handoff on the counter to Probst. Probst wide to the 35-40, breaks a tackle, first down 45, and he is tackled at the 48-yard line. And again, the Bobcats cannot bring that man down.
Yeah, it's bowling right now. Mechanicsburg, that's exactly what they're doing to Grandview. Just keep pushing that offensive line, just taking over the defensive line and opening that wide open gaps for him to keep running. Grandview needs to force a turnover here on the defensive end, definitely.
Yes, they do. It's a 15-yard run for Chase Probst, and it's 1st and 10 for Mechanicsburg at the Grandview 48-yard line. Logan Hurst in the shotgun, empty set. 2 receivers split out left and right. Hurst takes a snap. He looks left, throws a pop screen right. It's caught by Jake Hurst. He's to the 45, breaks a tackle 40, 35, 30. He is thrown down by Lachey at the 22. As poor tackling by the Bobcats there on that screen pass over the middle. As that's Jake Hurst. I'd assume the brother of Logan Hurst, as Jake is a sophomore, Logan's the senior. But a 26-yard catch and run there, or a 30-yard catch and run there for Jake Hurst, and it's 1st down and 10 for Mechanicsburg at the Grandview 22.
Mechanicsburg, you can see Murphy's just in no hurry after that
Hurst
big run.
in the shotgun with Props at his right hip. A handoff to Props left side. He's trying to cut the corner.
There you go.
He stood up at the 20-yard line. He got 2 there, but good containment by the Cats line.
Yeah, you see, what'd they do that time? They tightened up and they that corner, and that's where he's been running to mostly. And Grandview did a good job to get over to that, to their own right side and make sure nothing was too bad for them.
2nd down and 8, Mechanicsburg at the Grandview 20. The Indians break the huddle. They line up 2 receivers wide to the right. That's Kyle Hunt and Mac DeLong, and no receivers to the left. Props in the backfield with Hurst. Hurst takes a snap. He looks, throws left side. He's got a man open. It's overthrown and incomplete. He was looking far side for the tight end, kicks Teal. He overshot his man, and it's 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 8, and Grandview it got lucky there. It should have been caught for another touchdown, but it got a nice break. And this is a big 3rd down. If you can get a stop right here and give your defense just a little bit momentum, Murphy, even if you have to force a field goal, definitely don't want to have one more against you here.
3rd and 8 for Mechanicsburg at the Grandview 20. Conley in the shotgun with Props, who's to his left hip. Trips wide to the near side. He takes a snap, fumbles it, he dives on it back at the 29-yard line. Conley pumped to throw, the ball slipped out of his hand, and he dove on it back at the 29, and now it's 4th and forever for the Indians, and that's a huge play there.
Yeah, Grandview got very, very fortunate and lucky right there, and that backs them up quite a bit. And yeah, if you can just get a stop right here, that'd be huge, especially after it looked like Mechanicsburg was going to come down and score again. Grandview doing a good job in the bend, don't break defense.
4th and 18, they're going for it. 2 receivers, Keith Bebout and Jake Hurst, wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. He takes a snap, throws far side. It's caught by Bebout. Bebout to the 20. He stood up there, tackled well shy of the first down, and the Cats get a much needed stop there.
Yeah, much needed was right. And the force in the 4th down is big. Just like I was saying, that momentum is going to be huge for Grandview. You see the fans starting to cheer a little bit. They've seen that their defense is playing very, very hard out there against this very impressive Mechanicsburg offense. And, yeah.
First and 10 for Grandview at their own 20-yard line. Bobcats in the huddle. 4-man front for Mechanicsburg. Grandview lines up 1 receiver wide to the right. Culp moves to the left. He's wide there with Lachey. Connor McCormick moves wide to the right as well. Kyle takes a snap, looks, throws left. It's caught by Lachey behind the line. He's to the 20, stutter step, shakes a tackle, 25, 30, 35, bounces off a tackle. He's pushed out of bounds at the Mechanicsburg. He's ruled out at the 39-yard line.
Boy, the toughness of Luke Lachey. How many times he should have been stopped 2 or 3 times right there, and he just kept going and going and going and pounding his way down that sideline. Murphy, after the first initial hit of contact, he got, 15 extra yards from that? Big-time run by Luke Lachey.
Lachey catching and running, that's what he does best, and he gets to do that again with Kyle Casey in the game. Cats trail 22-0 here in the regional semis with 8:42 left in the second quarter. 2 receivers wide to the far side, 2 to the near side. Casey in the gun with Davis to his right. Kyle, take the snap. Quick throw to Lachey. He catches at the 37. He's to the 40, and he's angled out of bounds at the 41-yard line. So good containment by Mechanicsburg on the near side of the field. And it's 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, Grandview went with the exact same play right there that time. Mechanicsburg did a good job to line up on that right side and make sure that nothing too far was going to get past them.
2nd down and 8 for Grandview at their own 41. Casey in the pistol with Darion Davis. 2 stacked to the left, 2 receivers split out to the right. Casey takes a snap. Handoff middle to Davis. He's hit at the 41, tries to bang his way to the 42, but again, no room up the middle for Darion Davis or anyone running up the middle for Grandview Heights.
Yeah, nothing going for the run, especially with the running game, Murphy, like you were saying. Mechanicsburg, as good as they've been doing with the run, Grandview has not been doing as hot, but
no.
And that's where Grandview does best is with the run, and they're having to force Grandview to force a lot more passes this game early on. And we're seeing the passings have been working a lot of the time, though.
Davis did get 1 yard there. 2 receivers wide long side to the right, 2 short side to the left. Casey calls for a snap, gets a snap. He's back to throw. He's backpedaling. Screen pass to Davis. It bounced off the head of a Mechanicsburg D lineman, and it's incomplete. Oh, man. What a bad bounce for the Bobcats there, because if Davis is able to catch that ball, he gets past the 50, and he gets the first down.
Yeah.
Bad break for the Bobcats.
Bad break for Grandview right there. And after your defense did their part in stopping the Mechanicsburg offense and get the ball back, only having to punt it away, definitely a tough possession right there for Grandview.
McCormick to punt. One man back to return for Mechanicsburg. That's Keith Bebout near hash. McCormick gets the snap, just gets it off. It bounces at the 37, takes a Grandview roll, and the Cats trap it at the Mechanicsburg 31-yard line. 7:43 left in the regional semis between Grandview and Mechanicsburg. Indians lead 2-0. 22-0. 2-0 Indians.
It's a baseball game out here,
try at
Murphy.
the bottom of the third here over the Oakland Athletics. Anyways, back to football. 1st and 10, Mechanicsburg at their own 32-yard line. They put Logan Hurst under center in the I formation. 1 wide to the left. Hurst takes a snap. Handoff up the middle to Probst. Probst doesn't have a lot of room. He stood up by the Bobcats D-line at the 33. Looked like Connor Dobies and Jake Zimmerman in there. So Cats are finally able to bring down Chase Probst there. And it's 2nd down and 8 for Mechanicsburg.
Yeah, Mechanicsburg, now that you see Murphy, they got the big lead. They're in no hurry to snap the football.
2nd down and 8, Mechanicsburg.
Taking their good old
34.
time.
15 seconds left on the play clock. 2 men in the backfield with Conley in the shotgun. Conley takes a snap. He runs to the far side. He's to the 35, and he bounces off a tackle and lunges forward to the 39-yard line for about a 4-yard gain, and it's 3rd down and 3.
Again, another 3rd down chance for Grandview here to come up with a big stop. Their defense finally had an answer for them on the first stop of the drive, for our first defensive stop of the game for Grandview on that last possession. Now here we go, and this time Mechanicsburg's pinned back down.
3rd down and 3 for the Indians at their own 39-yard line. Hurst in the shotgun with Probst. 1 wide to the left, and a flag flies. It's offsides against the Bobcats.
I mean, he didn't go into detail, but he just mentioned a couple facts, right? I remember that.
Trey Cook, the senior, whistled for the penalty, and that'll give the Indians a 1st down at their own 44-yard line. And it's 1st and 10 for the Indians at their own 44-yard line. Hurst in the shotgun with props in the backfield. 2 receivers stacked to the left, 1 wide to the right. Hurst takes a snap. Play action. Throws on a slant over the middle, deflected, incomplete. He was looking for Keith Beebe out there. Good job by the Bobcats secondary to get a hand on that, and it's now 2nd and 10.
Yeah, 2nd and 10. The hands, just went right off. Should have been caught, actually. But Grandview again catches another lucky break, and we're trying to see the offense slow down a little bit for Mechanicsburg. But then again, they're not trying to move too fast here, Murphy.
2nd and 10, Mechanicsburg at their own 44. Conley in the gun with props at his left hip. He takes a snap. He keeps it. He runs left,
Good
tries to
tackle.
cut the corner, and he is brought down, looks like by Ian Gesha there. And it's 3rd down and long for the Indians. Great open field tackle there.
Yeah, and he's someone who's going to be a big-time player later on. I believe, if I'm not
He's
mistaken.
a freshman?
Yeah, he's the one that's replacing Alfie on the linebacker end. And he's been doing a decent job thus far for him.
And we will be saying his name a lot the next 3 years. We've already said it enough this year.
Yeah.
He's gotten some good minutes. 3rd and 11 for the Indians at their own 43-yard line. They're still in the huddle. 7 seconds left on the play clock. I think they're just going to burn it down
Gonna take a
and
timeout.
call a timeout. We'll take a timeout ourselves here with Mechanicsburg leading Grandview 22-0 in the regional semifinals. You're listening to a presentation of Bobcats football on ghathletics.org. Props at his right hip. 1 receiver, that's Keith Beebe out wide to the right. 3 receivers in a bunch, actually. Conley takes a shotgun snap, rolls to his right. He throws a bomb down the right side into 1-run coverage, and it is caught for a 1st down by Beebe out inside the 25-yard line. He's brought down by Kyle Casey, but another big play for the Indians. And those have killed the Bobcats all game long.
Yeah, just been explosive from Mechanicsburg. I mean, that was a nice passing catch. With the runs and the throws have been tremendous for the Indians. And Kyle, he looked like just right there, he was playing good defense and wasn't literally looking for the football, and he was afraid of possibly drawing an offside or a pass interference. And good catch by Mechanicsburg.
2 receivers in the slot to the left. Props in the backfield with Hurst. Hurst takes a snap, hands it right to Props. Props tries to shake a tackle as he is wrestled out of bounds by Trey Cook. Mechanicsburg wants a late hit there. They won't get it. And it's 2nd down. Bobcats got a much-needed stop here when Mechanicsburg was in the situation in their previous drive, and they need to get a stop right here, right now, trailing 22-0. Conley in the shotgun with Props as left hip. 2 receivers in the slot left. That's DeLong and Beebe out. Conley takes a snap, hands it right side to Props. Props trying to cut the corner. A flag flies. He's pushed out of bounds by Lachey at the Grandview 16. But this might be coming back, although I see Conley signaling to the Grandview end there. But we'll check the flag. It is holding against Mechanicsburg. That's 10 yards. Again, it's in high school. Holds are from the spot of the foul. And it's 2nd down and long for Mechanicsburg. And the hold looks like it was around the line of scrimmage. 1 yard beyond that. And because of that, the ball will be spotted at the Grandview 29. And it's 2nd down and 17.
Mission for Grandview right here, try to move Mechanicsburg back as much as possible.
Yep. Second down and actually 15 for the Indians at the Grandview 29. Hurst in the shotgun with props to his left. 2 receivers in the slot far side. Hurst takes a shotgun snap. He runs to his left. He cuts it back. He is thrown down at the 26-yard line. Good job by the Cats D-line there, as that play was slow to develop there for the Indians.
Yeah, nothing big right there from Grandview. At least we didn't give a big-time run. But, yeah, good stop right there. We're looking now at a 3rd and long, and if Grandview, if they can get a stop right here, again, the defense will prevail.
4:23 left in the second quarter. Mechanicsburg leads 22-0.
I expect Mechanicsburg to air it out here, Murphy. I really do.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I think the running game's starting to get figured out, and they're going to want to air it more.
Conley in the shotgun. He's in an empty set here. 3 receivers bunched up to the left. 2 receivers wide, long side to the right. Conley takes a snap. He's being pressured. Rolls to his right. Throws down the field. Incomplete. The receiver, Danny Muscadri, fell at the 20-yard line. And it's now 4th and long for the Indians. And you think that Mechanicsburg will go for it once again.
Yeah.
As this is too long, it would be a 42-yard kick. That's probably too long in the high school game. And again, they'll switch quarterbacks. Logan Hurst will come into the game. 2 receivers, Danny Muscadri and Keith Bebout wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. That's DeLong and Hurst. Logan Hurst in the shotgun. He takes a snap, pumps, looks across the field, throws right. It's caught. He breaks a tackle 20, breaks another tackle, first down inside the 10. He's thrown down at the 7.
And that was just 3 or 4 broken tackles right there. I mean, that's just Hurst being strong and powerful, making a lot of good cuts.
Logan throwing to his brother Jake there, and poor tackling by the Bobcats.
Boy, do they have the brother chemistry going on.
And it's 1st and goal for Mechanicsburg.
Drake going to Josh.
Yeah. 1st and goal, Mechanicsburg at the Grandview 8-yard line. I formation, 2 men in the backfield. Conley under center. Conley takes a snap. It's a pitch to Props. Props runs the left corner. He's pushed out of bounds at the Grandview 7-yard line. Play was well discovered there by the Bobcats. Good job by Grandview stealing off the edge there.
Yeah, if you're Mechanicsburg, you might as well just try to take off as much time as possible here.
Although the clock stopped there with 3:26 left in the second quarters. He went out of bounds. I formation for Mechanicsburg. Hurst under center. Props in the backfield. Hurst takes a snap. It's a pitch right side to Props. Props hit at the 10, brought down at the 7-yard line. He was able to shake the first tackle, but not the second, as it looks like Roman Strievsky with the tackle there for Grandview Heights. He's a junior.
It might have been Glenn on that one, but nonetheless, that was a heavy tackle.
It's not easy to bring down Chase Props.
No.
3rd down and goal for Mechanicsburg at the Grandview 7. Aaron Conley, the second quarterback for Mechanicsburg, comes back into the game. 2 men in the backfield in the I formation. 1 receiver. That's Keith Bebout wide to the left. Conley hands it to the fullback. He's up the middle. He's stuffed at the 3. Doesn't have any room further on there. As he's brought down inside the 3-yard line. And it's 4th and goal for Mechanicsburg. Do they go for the jugular here, John?
Yeah, they could go for the kill, or they could kick it and just try to keep extending that lead. Grandview, this is you need to stop. There's no way going about it.
All 3 touchdowns today, so they're going to go. They're going for it.
Yeah, this Grandview, you need to stop big time here.
Bobcat fans finally begin to stir.
Season might be on the line with this one.
I formation for Mechanicsburg. 2 men in the backfield. That's Hurst and Probst. He takes a snap.
Oh, he fumbled.
Sneak up the middle. He fumbled. Either way, the Bobcats are going to have the football here. Who recovered it? The drive is over for Mechanicsburg. And it looked like as Glenn Cribbs comes out of the pile there. He was a bit gimpy, but the Bobcats have the football, and that's That's huge for Grandview Heights.
Yeah, you really, really needed that stop if you're Grandview to just stay within reach to come back into this thing.
Yep. First and 10, Grandview Heights at their own 2-yard line. Only 1:54 left in the first half.
You'd think they'd just stick with the run here and try to keep advancing the ball as much as possible. Don't get too cute.
2 receivers split out each direction. Casey under center with Davis in the backfield. Casey takes a snap. Quarterback sneak up the middle. Trying to push his way forward. Got quite a few yards for a sneak there. It looks like he's down at the 7-yard line. Yeah, I don't know how he got that far there.
He just kept pushing and pushing and pushing.
Maybe gotten a bit of help from his friends on the line there. 2nd down and 5 for the Bobcats, their own 7. Again, Grandview Heights does get the ball to start the second half. Casey in the gun here. 3 receivers stacked to the right, 1 wide near side. Casey takes a snap. Quick throw right to Lachey. He catches it. He's to the 10. He's dragged down at the 13-yard line. Bobcats want a horse collar there, but Lachey did get the first down, so the clock will stop temporarily.
How far pinned back you are still, Murphy. It's almost risky to keep trying to move the football too much forward. Maybe one more first down that you can go for.
I would air it out one time just because they're down 22-0.
Yeah.
If it's 14-0, I say, okay, take it in. But you're down by 3 touchdowns.
With the score
here.
being the way it is, yeah. And you do get the ball start second half.
3 receivers in a bunch to the left, 1 wide to the right. Casey play action. He looks left. He's pressured. He throws it. That might be a backwards pass, but it's ruled incomplete as, oh, man. Casey was under a lot of duress there. He was trapped. He just had to get rid of the ball there. And it's 2nd down and 10. But they're lucky they didn't turn it over. Second and 10 for the Bobcats at their own 13-yard line.
Well, now if Mechanicsburg 2 timeouts, now if they really want to, they could try to stop Grandview and get the ball back for another chance.
2 receivers split out each direction. Davis in the backfield with Casey. The ball was snapped, but before the snap, timeout called by the Bobcats there. It's a curious move by Grandview there, as they're just taking too long to snap the ball. As the Cats burn a timeout. As John...
What's there to say?
Improved a little bit in the second quarter.
Yeah, they've been looking a lot better, definitely. It was that first quarter, just maybe it was just the nerves or what, but Mechanicsburg, they took full advantage. I mean, Mechanicsburg, they've been here. This is their, like I said, 7th straight appearance. They know how to be in playoffs and win playoff games. So for them, it was nothing. But for Grandview, being in the second round of a playoff game, getting those nerves out of the way can be stressful. And that might be part of the reason why Mechanicsburg has extended the lead the way they have. But no excuse. Grandview, they need to start to turn things up here, especially going in the second half.
And once again,
Definitely
Grandview does get the ball.
Find ways to move the ball.
And a reminder, stay tuned after the conclusion of the second quarter. We'll have Calvin Horning's stats. He'll be back as the stat man. He did color last week. He was gone for the Reedy game, but he's back tonight. Casey takes a snap. Handoff middle to Davis. He's brought down at the 16-yard line for a 4-yard gain. Cats do not have to snap the ball here, but a timeout called on the field.
It might be Mechanicsburg.
It might be. It's 3rd and 10 will be coming for Grandview Heights.
What just happened on that play?
Actually, Cal. It's Davis. He's brought down the 16-yard line. Cats, they don't seem to be desperate enough to air the ball out here late in the first half, as they'll just wait to when they get the ball for the kickoff in the second frame. But Mechanicsburg does call a timeout, and they want a chance to go for the juggler. Grandview lines up.
And for Grandview, you can't be too cute here. You at least either want
3
them to burn their
receivers wide
timeout
to the
or
right,
make the
1
completion.
receiver wide to the left. That's Luke Lachey. Davis in the backfield with Kyle Casey. Send a man in motion. Hand off to Davis. Davis cuts up the middle, doesn't have room up the middles. He's brought down at the 17-yard line. Clock continues to run. 28 seconds and counting left in the first half as Mechanicsburg is standing around. Grandview does not have to snap the ball here as there's 10 more seconds on the play clock than there is on the game clock. As that's the end of the first half. Calvin, when you're ready, John will hand over the headset. And it looks like Calvin, he's getting his stat sheets prepared. And now it's time for Stats with Calvin Hornet.
I tell you what, the first half stats are not the prettiest if you're a Grandview fan. Mechanicsburg totaled 168 rushing yards in the first half, and Probst had 160 by himself, along with his 3 touchdowns. They also had 93 yards through the air on 3 of 6 passing. For Grandview's offense, they have 69 yards of passing and 40 yards of rushing. And those 40 yards are coming on 17 carries, so they're averaging just over 2 yards per carry. And only good sign is that Mechanicsburg was held scoreless in the second quarter, and we'll see if the Bobcats can make any adjustments at half.
And we will see if they do or not. You have been listening to Bobcats football on ghathletics.org. Mechanicsburg leads 22-0 here in the OHSAA regional semifinals. We'll be back in about 20 minutes for the start of the second half. Welcome back to Hilliard Darby High School for the second half of the OHSAA Regional Semifinals between the Grandview Bobcats and Mechanicsburg Indians. And John, it was all Indians in the first half. Mechanicsburg had several big plays. Cats couldn't get anything going up the middle.
Yeah, and it started off right off the bat. Like you were mentioning, Perks, he was going down early on and scoring those first 2 touchdowns. In Grandview, it just seemed like I was saying, just a little bit of a slow start for the Bobcats. And then after those first few possessions, the defense has really been showing up. The last 3 drives, they've forced Mechanicsburg come away with nothing. Is it too little too late? That's going to be the question. But this offense really needs to get things going in the second half. It's defense in okay part first half. Offense really needs to go this first half, or second half.
Slowly but surely, John.
Yes.
The Grandview defense improved throughout the first half. But
Yes,
their offense
definitely.
needs to improve quickly. As we look out to the field, Danny Muscadri is kicking it from left to right for Mechanicsburg, and Lachey is deep back at the 10-yard line to return for Grandview Heights. Muscadri gets the whistle, 7 yards back behind the ball. And here we go. Muscadri runs up, kicks an end-over-end kick middle of the field. It's picked up at the 25. He slips down at the 27, as that was Connor McCormick picking up the ball there. He stumbled, his knee hit the turf, the 27, and he's down there. And it is an all-turf field here at Hilliard Darby High School. Grandview Bobcats in the all blues. The Indians are in the blue helmets, white jerseys with blue numbers, and the yellow pants. 1st and 10, Grandview Heights at their own 27. 14 seconds into the third quarter. Kyle Casey in at quarterback. He's in the gun, and whistle blows as the ball looked like another football squirted out onto the field there.
Yeah.
Not sure what that was all about, but
Just randomly sitting there. Someone must have forgot.
trips wide near side for Grandview, one short side to the right. That's Luke Lachey. Casey in the shotgun. He takes a snap, hands it left to Davis. Davis trying to cut the corner. He's tackled for a loss at the 26. Nothing doing again for Darion Davis.
Yeah, let's see if Grandview, if they do want to still keep sticking with the running game, they try to break Darion in. Remember, he only had a few carries and hasn't been a whole lot going in with that running game for Grandview nonetheless. But all it takes is a few little breakouts, and you can start to really bend a defense with the running game. So maybe Darion can do it.
2 receivers split out each direction. Casey in the shotgun, Davis at his left hip. Casey takes a snap, throws right, it's caught by Cribbs. He's at the 25, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's ridden out of bounds at the 26-yard line for no gain, and it's 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 11. Grandview, they really, a score would be very ideal, Murphy. I mean, I feel like you would agree with that, especially getting the ball back here and trying to get some momentum going. That's the thing about Grandview. They just haven't really had any momentum on their side.
They have not.
And if they could find a way to move the ball here a bit more and score.
Luke Lachey, Trey Cook, and Corey Culp wide to the left. Glenn Cribbs wide, short side to the right. Davis in the backfield with Casey. Kyle takes a shotgun snap, looks left, pumps, steps up, throws over the middle. He was hit as he throws, incomplete. And it's a 3 and out once again for the Grandview Bobcats, and they'll send out the punt unit and Connor McCormick.
Yeah, Grandview's going to have to punt here. And again, a win for that Mechanicsburg defense. Grandview just has not been able to do a whole lot.
They have not been able to do a whole lot indeed. Connor McCormick to punt here from right to left. Keith Bebout to return for Mechanicsburg. He's sitting at the 40. Knee-high snap. And the kick is blocked. It's picked up at the 29-yard line by Mechanicsburg. He dives on the football right there, and that's where the Indians will take over as a special teams blunder for the Grandview Bobcats, and Mechanicsburg is in business once again here.
Again, another miscue by Grandview. McCormick, you got to at least just try to get the ball out, even if it's a quick, just like a little quick pooch kick. Nothing, just could not be able to get anything going. Mechanicsburg, I mean, they sent that whole house right there, and good block on their end.
1st down and 10, Mechanicsburg at the Grandview 29-yard line. And which one of their two, looks like Logan Hurst is in the shotgun here with Chase Probst. Handoff middle to Probst. He's to the 25, slithers his way to the 20, and he's wrestled down close to the 19-yard line. Looks like he's just shy of the first down, but a good run for Probst on 1st and 10.
Jake
And
Leach
they
with the
do
tackle.
give him the first down, actually. Initially, one of the officials gave the indication, keep the clock running, but nope, they do move the chains, and it's 1st and 10 for the Indians inside the red zone. Aaron Conley now at quarterback for Mechanicsburg. They rotate quarterbacks just about every play. Probst to his right. A handoff middle again to Probst. He bounces off a man, 16, leans backwards to about the 15-yard line, and it's 2nd down. Connor Doby's the tackler for Grandview Heights, and it's 2nd and 7. The Cats defense has done a good job inside the red zone, and they need to stop here now probably more than ever with the Bobcats trailing 22-0. One receiver wide to the left. And you have Jake Hurst in the backfield with his brother Logan. They send a man in motion. Logan takes a snap. A pass to Beebout. Beebout looking for the outside. He's at the 12. He's in the grasp of Lachey, and he's thrown back for about a 4-yard gain, and it's 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, in Grandview, Murphy, we're seeing the defense again. They're starting to show up and not making it easy for Mechanicsburg. You'd think after a block like that from Mechanicsburg, they come right down, score, and try to put this thing to bed. But the defense is still hanging in there fighting. Got to give them credit. And not only that, but the running game is starting to improve a lot.
3rd down and 4 for Mechanicsburg at the Grandview 13. 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Conley in the shotgun, Probst in the backfield. Before the snap, a whistle blows, and a timeout's called by the Indians with 9:06 left in the 3rd quarter, with Mechanicsburg having it 3rd and 4 at the Grandview 13-yard line. And we'll take a quick break here with 9:06 left in the 3rd. Mechanicsburg leads 22-0 in the regional semis. Stay tuned. Third down and 4, Indians at the Bobcats' 13-yard line. Aaron Conley in the shotgun with Chase Probst to his right. 1 receiver left and right. He takes a snap. Handoff up the middle to Probst. He's to the 5. He's to the end zone. Touchdown, Mechanicsburg. And they lead 28-0. Chase Probst, a 13-yard scamper to the end zone. And that is his 3rd touchdown of the game. And it's 28-0.
Yeah, boy, what a night he's been having, Murphy. Defense was doing such a good job, and then that just last run, he found a gap on his right side. Didn't go all the way to the corner, but he was able to capitalize on it and extend this lead from Mechanicsburg.
And they're going for 2 once again, as they did on their 3 previous touchdowns. It's Logan Hurst now in the shotgun. 1 receiver to the left. They send him in motion. Hurst takes a snap. He runs far left tackle, and he tries to get to the goal line. He didn't get in. The conversion is no good. So the score with 9:01 in the 3rd quarter remains 28-0 Mechanicsburg. And John, what do you do here if you're Grandview? You haven't been able to move the ball all day on the ground.
Well, I think you just keep trying to mix up the playbook here. I mean, the runs, you think you need to start getting the run game out of the way and just start to air it up as much as possible. Look for your go-to guy. Look for Lachey. I mean, yes, we've already seen him an interception where he's been guarded 4-on-1, but nonetheless, you can still mix things up and mix your throws on who you want to throw it to. But the point is you don't have a ton of time left with the score the way it is. You just gotta get the ball and just do anything possible to get those chains moving.
Mechanicsburg will kick from left to right here. Danny Muscadri, who has not had a particularly busy night as Mechanicsburg has gone for 2 after every touchdown. But he'll kick it from left to right here. Back deep for Grandview Heights is Luke Lachey and Corey Culp, both of them standing at the 10-yard line. Muscadri has kicked it shorter in his recent kickoff attempts, and let's see what he does here. He's standing 7 yards back behind the ball. He's waiting the whistle. Runs up, kicks an end-over-end kick, middle of the field. It's caught by Culp, far side of the 16. He runs near side 25, starts up the middle, and he's brought down at the 27-yard line. And that's where the Bobcats will begin with 8:55 left in the third quarter, and Grandview trailing 28-0.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who they stick in at quarterback and how they're going to line things up on this opening snap.
Ball is spotted at the scoreboard says 28. Looks like it's at the 29-yard line. It is at the 29-yard line. So 1st and 10 Bobcats from that position. And I see Luke Lachey is at quarterback here. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Davis in the backfield. Luke takes the shotgun snap. He fakes the handoff. Runs up the middle. He's hit at the 30-yard line. He's down there for about a 2-yard gain on 1st and 10. And again, no room for the Bobcats up the middle.
Yeah, again, Mechanicsburg clogging up that middle, just like they've done all game. The running defense for Mechanicsburg, we got to give them props. They've been just powerful and dominant. I mean, we saw that block punt. Yeah, they've just been getting at not only the quarterback, but they're getting at the running backs. And this is a really good defense. Not gonna lie.
2nd down and 8 for the Bobcats. Glenn Cribbs wide to the right. Mott and Cook wide to the left. Lachey takes a shotgun snap. Quick throw to Max Mott left. He's to the 30, hit at the 32, dives forward to the 33. So a short gain on 2nd down and 9. And it's 3rd down for the Bobcats as Gabe Chandler was in on the tackle there for the Indians. And it's 3rd and 6.
Yeah, big time 3rd down. If you want any chance of your Grandview, Murphy, you got to move down here and try to get some points in the end zone. One way of doing that is what Grandview's done best is break down your 3rd downs.
Lachey in the gun. 2 receivers far side, 1 to the left. Davis at Lachey's right hip. On 3rd down and 6, Lachey takes a shotgun snap, rolls to his right, throws it across the field to Trey Cook. He dropped it. Ball is down on the field. It's ruled incomplete. It is incomplete, and it's 4th and 6.
Does Grandview go for it here? I know you're a little bit farther back on your own end.
And let's see what the Bobcats do. They're in the huddle, and they're going to punt it. Connor McCormick out to punt for Grandview Heights. He's standing at his own 22, and deep back to return for the Indians is Keith Beebout. He's standing at his own 31. McCormick takes a good snap.
There you go.
It's a short
Get off quick.
Kick. He got it off quickly. Ball hits at the 45, and Bobcats trap it. That's Gabbard Downer, the junior, trapping the football for the Bobcats. And Mechanicsburg will take over at their own 44. But McCormick had a lot of heat in his face there.
Yeah, he definitely did. And that's the thing that's what he needed to realize on the last punt was you just got to get the ball off as quick as possible. Because against this defensive line that you're going against, Murphy, they're going to be getting at you very, very quick. You just got to catch and boop. And yes, I just said catch and boop.
Catch and boop.
Yeah.
That's a new one. All right,
Catch
1st
and little
and 10 for Mechanicsburg at their own 44. 2 men in the backfield, 1 receiver in the slot to the left, 1 also in the slot to the right. Logan Hurst takes a shotgun snap. He throws over the middle. He's got a man open. It's caught. No, it's dropped.
Wow.
He had Kix Teal wide open over the middle. He just couldn't haul it in. If he did haul it in, that's 6 for Mechanicsburg.
Yeah, Grandview got lost right there. I don't know how we got so wide open in the back end. I mean, he was past blown coverage. Yeah, he was past everyone. Easily probably would have been in for 6. Grandview got very fortunate right there. And talk about how explosive the running game's been for Mechanicsburg, Murphy. Nonetheless, the throwing game's been equally as good for these guys. They don't throw it that often, but when they do, boy, it's going far. Yeah,
they've been effective. 2nd down and 10 for Mechanicsburg. They switch Aaron Conley into the game at quarterback. He's in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Hands off middle to Probst. He's hit at the 46, continues to churn the legs, and he gets up to the 48-yard line. So what would have been a 2-yard gain turns into a 4-yard gain as Bobcats cannot bring props down there.
Yeah, and if you're Grandview, sometime it's okay to give up a few yards like that, but here we are, 3rd and 6. If the defense, I mean, you can't be giving up much more first downs at this point.
No, you cannot. You need a stop here on 3rd and 6.
It's like a step too far.
Logan Hurst in the shotgun with Chase Props at his right hip. 2 receivers to the left. He takes a shotgun snap, rolls to his right, throws far side. It's caught by Teal. He's got a first down, 45-40, 35-30 down the sideline. He's brought down near the 20-yard line for a big catch and run there by Kix Teal, the tight end. And Mechanicsburg, once again, is just outside the Bobcats' red zone.
And they're marching, and they're, even with the score being the way it is, they still quickly get back up to the line.
They do get quickly to the line. Logan Hurst now at quarterback. He's in the shotgun with Props. 1 receiver each direction. Props awaiting the snap. He takes it, hands it up the middle, and Props dives down to the 17-yard line. So that'll be more time to kill off the clock for Mechanicsburg, with them having a 28-0 lead with 5:45 left in the 3rd frame. They're in the red zone once again here. 2nd down and 6 for Mechanicsburg at the Grandview 17-yard line.
You got to think if you need.
Aaron Conley in the shotgun, 1 receiver left and right. He takes a snap. Handoff to, looks like Gabe Chandler, and he's going to take it into the end zone for a Mechanicsburg touchdown, and they lead 34-0.
Yeah, and not much more to say. Again, just another nice long run for Mechanicsburg, and they just keep extending that lead.
As that might have just been the death knell for the Bobcats season, as Mechanicsburg is actually on to attempt the extra point here. Danny Miscadri to kick. Snap back, hold down. The kick is up, end over end, and it is up, and it is through. Mechanicsburg leads 35-0. 5:22 left in the 3rd quarter. Mechanicsburg 35, Grandview nothing. You're listening to Bobcats football on ghathletics.org. $35-0. Mechanicsburg leads Grandview with 5:22 left in the 3rd frame. Danny Miscadri to kick from left to right for the Indians. Luke Lachey, far side. Corey Culp near side of the 10 to return for Grandview Heights. Miscadri awaiting the whistle. He's standing 7 yards behind the football. Kicks a ground ball up the middle. It's picked up by Lachey at the 17. He runs left, cuts middle, 25. He runs into a wall at the 27. That was a big hit there on the 10-yard return for Luke Lachey.
If you're Grandview, now at this point, Murphy, you can't even worry about the score. You just got to, keep moving and playing like it's 0-0 every down.
And yes, there is a running clock in the playoffs. Clock is running with 4:40 and counting left in the 3rd quarter. Catch trail 35-0, and it is running clock after a 30-point disparity. Max Mott wide to the right, Glenn Cribbs wide to the left. Davis in the backfield with Luke Lachey, both of them seniors. Luke takes a snap. Hands it off left tackle to Darion Davis. He is stonewalled at the 27-yard line and pushed back for no gain. And it's 2nd down and 10 for the Bobcats. Kicks Teal, the tackler for Mechanicsburg there. And it's 2nd and 10, but once again, a completely dominant night for the Mechanicsburg front, both
definitely.
Offensively and defensively.
I think this game speaks more on Mechanicsburg as a team.
Oh, yeah.
Let alone Grandview.
7 straight playoff appearances.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10. Lachey takes a shotgun snap, steps up, pumps, rolls, and he throws it into the ground. Pass is incomplete. He just didn't see anyone open down the field. I think there was a missed assignment there by one of the Grandview wideouts. As Luke Lachey, he looked like he knew what he wanted to do there, but he saw no one open up the middle. He just fired it into the ground.
Yeah, a smart play though by Kyle. I mean, you Luke, excuse me. You definitely don't necessarily need to just throw it up and lob it up. And you can tell he's ready for the next. You can tell he's ready for the next league.
He will be at the University of Iowa next fall. Lachey takes a snap. Quick throw right, low throw, incomplete. And it's now 4th down and 9. Lachey underthrew that ball, but Luke taking some final snaps at quarterback before he goes to play for Kirk Ferentz at the University of Iowa in fall of 2020.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Iowa, they have a big game versus Minnesota.
Minnesota, yeah.
8th
At Iowa
ranked
City.
Minnesota versus 20.
I actually picked Iowa for the upset in that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I still got to go. I think the Gophers are for real. I think they should be 4th, to be honest with you.
Wow.
McCormick to punt here. We'll have more.
Oh.
As it's a snap over his head. The ball's in the end zone. McCormick, the ball's still loose, and Mechanicsburg dives on it for a touchdown. Well, that sums up this night for the Grandview Bobcats.
It's time to go home. I'm ready to go.
That's a 27-yard fumble.
That was not real.
That was a 27-yard fumble, according to Calvin Horning. And Mechanicsburg leads 41-zip.
That also brings our rushing total to 13.
And per Calvin Horning, that bad snap also brings Grandview's rushing total to 13 yards.
Also, I don't know how Connor didn't fall on that. Like, come
How is this not?
Snap back, hold down. The kick is up, end over end, and it is good. Well, Grandview trails 42-0, but back to Iowa, back to Minnesota.
Yeah.
What do you think
Oh,
of
that was-
Minnesota being ranked 8th in the
Good
committee
heads-up play by
rankings?
Mechanicsburg. I think Minnesota has a 4 seed. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't give them that much props. They still got to go out and still beat some more decent teams. I mean, Penn State's a good win, but let alone they got to go out and still get some great wins. I mean, yeah, Bama hasn't beaten anyone. Georgia hasn't beaten anyone. But, I mean, come on. You know they're SEC, Murphy. And you know they're –
the way they have the second best win of any team in the top 10, and they're undefeated.
true.
We gotta talk about their early season, though.
They didn't have a
But
crappy
besides
early
Penn
season
State, who else has
knockout.
Minnesota beaten?
Teams.
Yeah.
But they're undefeated.
That's why
They're
Ohio
the
State's
second
2
best
and
win in
LSU's
college
1.
football.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you had something.
Muscadri
Yeah.
kick it away here for Mechanicsburg.
Once all said and done, I got LSU, OSU National Championship. I got
I
LSU 1,
agree.
OSU 2, Clemson 3. 4 is going to be interesting.
4 will be very interesting. What I don't agree with is Georgia being ranked number 4.
Yeah.
Muscadri to kick from left to right here for Mechanicsburg. Clock running, 2 minutes and counting left in the third quarter. He kicks a wobbling kick. It bounces. Lachey lets it roll at the 5. Has trouble with it. Picks it up. He's in trouble, and he's brought down near the 5-yard line. No room there for Luke Lachey. And the Bobcats will take over inside their own 5 with a minute and a half left in the
Just
third
nothing
quarter.
going, Murphy. Nothing
Nothing
going
going for
Grandview's
the
way
Bobcats.
tonight.
But this looks like it'll be our last football broadcast. But stay tuned for basketball season.
Yep.
John, will you be back for some basketball games?
Oh, yeah. I'll be here for some basketball games. It's going to be a fun time.
Good state championship. State championship.
You know Corbett's going to have the boys all ready to go.
Yep. Basketball Bobcats had a great year last year. Shea takes a shotgun snap. Handoff middle to Davis. Davis gets a couple yards there. Nothing more. And it's second down. And the winner of this game in Mechanicsburg will play the winner of Southeastern versus Covington. And we'll try and get a word on that game as soon as we can. As the Bobcats, there's about a 10-second disparity between the play clock and the game clock, and Grandview appears to be in no hurry. They just want to get out of here. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Shea awaiting the snap. He takes it. Hands off middle to Darion Davis, and he is stood up at the 7-yard line for no gain. And this will be the final play of the third quarter. 42-0, Mechanicsburg leads. They will put the finishing touches on a win that will send them to the regional finals. 42-0 Mechanicsburg. That's the end of the third quarter. We'll be back for the fourth. You're to Grandview football on ghathletics.org. Big news on the Covington Southeastern games. We head to the start of the fourth quarter here at Hilliard Darby. Covington leads Southeastern 22-8.
Oof.
So it looks like that's who the Indians might be facing next week. Mechanicsburg leads 42-0 here in the regional semis versus Grandview Heights. And John, it'll be a bad way to end it for the Bobcats, but what a decade for the Grandview program.
Oh, absolutely.
5 playoff appearances in 3 years where you won playoff games and trip to the Final Four in 2015.
It's been the greatest decade, probably maybe the greatest decade in Grandview football history. Might have to do my research on that.
Shea
but
takes a snap, throws, caught by Culp. He got clocked there by...
Why would we throw a flag now?
He got clocked there near the 10-yard line, but he did hold on. That's a tough play there by Corey Culp, but he hauled it in, and it's 3rd and 5. But, John, go ahead.
No, like you're saying, this is a legacy's being built here within Grandview. I mean, they've been overachieving football. I mean, how many years have we said Grandview? Oh, here we go again. It's gonna be another 5 and 5, 4 and 6 year for the Bobcats. But they've really been improving. They've been doing a lot. I mean, their football program's really been building up, and Grandview. They have nothing to hold their heads about.
A high snap from McCormick. He sends an end-over-end kick near side. It bounces. This is a good punt. It rolls inside Mechanicsburg territory. Ball inside the 40, and the punt is downed at the 38-yard line. Good punt there for Connor McCormick. That's a 52-yard punt. That's the play of the night for the Bobcats.
No kidding. Took a little while, but what a great punt that was by McCormick. But yeah, like you were saying, Murphy, Grandview, assuming that they will take the loss here, they have nothing to hold their heads about. This has been a great season. They got their payback on Payne Valley. They're playing a really good Mechanicsburg team.
Mechanicsburg teams.
Yeah,
straight playoff
appearances. They won the the CW Cup this year against Centennial. I mean, this is definitely a team that's going to be remembered on for years to come. And great season by Grandview Heights.
Hurst to take the shotgun snap here. It's quarterback draw up the middle, and he is brought down to 43. But this year, you may have just seen two of the great wins in the history of the Grandview program. You beat 9-1 Centennial, the City League champ, on Thursday Night Lights. You had a huge crowd in Grandview for that one. It was a game that went down to the wire. And another game that none of us will forget anytime soon, the Paint Valley game.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Kevin Reedy and others in the Grandview stands, and we all were saying, man, how's Grandview going to pull this off? But they did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they made the best with the players they had as pre-snap flag here. This is a false start against Mechanicsburg. And second down and 10. Clock stops temporarily with 10:09 left in the fourth quarter. But let's talk about this decade. This is the final game of the decade for Grandview Heights.
Starting 2010.
In 2010, the Bobcats, they had a 6-4 year that year, but 2011, a year in high school when that happened, no one will forget that year.
I was there.
No one will forget the West Jeff game.
I was.
And we'll all remember that night against Liberty Union.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's where it all began.
Fumbled snap, it's loose, and the Cats dive on it. They say they have it. And Bobcats have the ball. Connor Dobies dove on the football, and the Bobcats have possession with 9:53 left in the fourth quarter.
And Grandview take over here. But, yeah, like you're saying, Murphy, I think that's where all the football program building a bit, it all started in that 2011 season. And since then, how many successful years? When was the last time Grandview had a losing record? Since that season, I don't think they have. And, that 2011 season really was a change for Grandview sporting events.
Grandview has had a winning season every year since 2013. That was the only
That's right. They went 4-6 that year.
9 out of 10 winning or above 500 years.
Can't ask for much more.
No, you cannot.
Including a few wins against West Jeff thrown in there, too.
Yep. Lachey takes a snap. Handoff middle to Davis. Davis is stood up at the 36-yard line for a 1-yard gain.
In a Final Four appearance.
But you mentioned West Jeff. This is the game for Grandview Heights. This was a series that West Jeff owned in the 90s and the 2000s, but Grandview had that huge comeback in 2011, and they ended the rivalry with 3 straight wins from 2014 to 2016. So they ended that big rivalry on a high note.
Oh, yeah,
and that's
definitely.
another thing we'll remember from this decade.
Yeah, definitely.
Football.
There's just many memories and moments. I can definitely speak for.
Shea takes a snap, throws right to Glenn Cribbs. Cribbs inside the 35, dives forward to the 34-yard line, and it's third down and 5.
You got a particular moment that was your favorite?
I was brainstorming 5 wins in my head. One of them, of course, was the Liberty Union game in 2011, as you have an injured Bobcat on the field here.
Looks like it's Glenn Cribbs. It looks like he might be just cramping a little bit.
Yeah, Glenn Cribbs, the senior, he's cramping on the turf, and this is his final game. It'll be a very tough way to go out for him, and it's always an emotional scene after the final Grandview game of the season. For all
definitely.
The seniors.
Yeah.
Not just the seniors, but for all the freshmen
Parents,
through juniors,
yeah.
the parents who played with them. And it'll be
Definitely. Yeah, and it's obviously really sad, but thing is, you got to just remember the memories that you created and you displayed for the fans and how well you did. Can't let how the way ended ever affect how you played an entire season.
This senior class will
Despite
have
even this score.
4 500 or above seasons, 2 playoff appearances. Shea takes a snap, hands it right to Davis. Davis tries to go right tackle, and he's brought down at the 31-yard line. And that makes it 4th and short for the Bobcats. But, again, the 2020 senior class for the Bobcats. 4 500 or above seasons, 2 playoff appearances, and a playoff win. So,
very
successful
tenure.
And they, of course, don't forget about the win against West Jeff in 2016. They got a golden horseshoe for that one.
And that Final Four team, man.
2015.
2015. I'm sorry, it's 2014. 2015 team, man. What a run that was, Murphy.
Unbelievable. 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Shea hands off to Davis. Davis is stuffed at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. Grandview turns it over on downs, and Mechanicsburg will take over at their own 31 with 7:46 left in the fourth quarter. That 2015 season, that's still the season in Grandview history.
Everyone remembers, yeah. And boy, that game against Kirtland.
Yeah. Man, if
so
Grandview had
close.
1 more minute in that one, I think they pulled
it off, yeah. You were there, right?
I was there. I was
you were at the
actually
game.
doing stats at that game with
That's
Preston
right.
Miller. I did stats that whole year. It was a fun year to chart. With Rhodes, Andre, Jordy Jett. Handoff up the middle. Here's Probst. He has daylight. He's to the 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Actually, that's actually Gabe Chandler taking it to the house. And Mechanicsburg leads 48-0.
Yep, and that will cap things off officially for Mechanicsburg if they haven't yet. That will just keep extending their lead. And got to give credit to Mechanicsburg, Murphy. I mean, they came out and they just did what they normally do. Like I said before at the beginning of the broadcast, they've been in these situations before, and they know what's to come and how to play, and they are well on their way to the next round. Mechanicsburg, that's always goes far in the tournament. Let's mind you that.
And the extra point is a short kick that lands shy of the right upright. It's no good.
Now we see why they went for two a lot.
Yeah. This is an elite Mechanicsburg program. They have 7 straight appearances. They handed West Jeff their only L of the season to this point.
Yeah.
Actually,
Actually, I believe West Jeff
Jeff
barely
did
beat
pull
them.
that out,
Yeah,
yeah.
they only beat them by 8. But they only lost to West Jeff by 8. And West
yeah.
Jeff is, I hate to
Good-
say it, but a dynasty now in high school football.
Good thing the Rough Riders left this league when they did.
Yeah. But there's a lot of seniors you got to, tip your hat to. You got, of course, Kyle Casey at quarterback. You got Luke Lachey, Darion Davis, Charlie James, Alfie Sternicker. The list goes on and on and on with all these seniors. Glenn Cribbs. All these seniors deserve Trey Cook. Yes, thank you. All these seniors, it's good. It's tough. It really is, but this was a good class, a very good class, and we're going to miss them deeply.
48-0 Mechanicsburg. Danny Muscadri to kick from right to left. Clock running with just a hair over 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Muscadri, a wobbling kick up the middle. It bounces, picked up at the 17. Here's McCormick. McCormick to the 25, and he is upended at the 28-yard line. That's where Grandview will take over with 6 minutes and change left in the fourth frame. But let's go through the seniors. You have Caden Harris.
Yeah.
Caden Harris, Joey Bertani, the big man up the middle, one of the great D linemen in Grandview history.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Joey Bertani.
He's going
Huge
to
shout out.
Ashland to play
Joey Boza
baseball
Bertani,
next.
I should say.
Joey Boza Bertani. And Alfie Cerniker. John, I'll let you talk for a minute or two about his football career.
Oh, goodness, where do I begin with Alfie? When I remember when I first got into broadcasting, and when I got the offer to broadcast Grandview football games, it was Luke's junior year and Alfie's freshman year. And I remember
As Trey Cook has brought down the 31.
And I remember getting the opportunity to call my brother's football games, and boy, it's always been so fun calling their games. So fun to have watched them all throughout their playing career. Luke, he's doing things up in Cincinnati, and he had a great football career there. And Alfie, watched him when he was just a freshman get in the end zone against Bexley late ending touchdowns as a JV player, and now here he is. I'm so proud of him, and he did. He's had a great year or 4 years here at Grandview.
And Luke, he's a fan of our show. He tuned in last week. He told me he'd be tuning in tonight.
Oh yeah, all the Sternickers are watching.
Yep.
Grandma and Grandpa Bob and Marge Sternicker down there watching it.
Davis takes a handoff up the middle. He gets up to the 32-yard line to make it 3rd and 6. But it's a family event for the Sternicker family when the Bobcats are playing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And now, unless if Ben comes back, this will be the last Sternicker to play.
As Darion Davis has to be helped off the field. And you'd hate he may have re-aggravated that ankle, but you'd hate for Darion to go out this way, hobbling off
definitely.
the field with an injury.
Don't want to end it with an injury. Hopefully
Darion
he's okay.
Davis, another senior, he had
Yes.
that foul that probably ended Grandview's season this year, but he made up for it big time this year.
Oh, yeah, and he wanted to win that Payne Valley game, so bad.
He wanted that worse than anybody.
Yeah.
He got hurt in that one, but I'm guarantee you there's no one happier in Grandview Heights than Darion Davis when Grandview pulled out that game last week. 3rd and 7 for Grandview Heights. 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. Lachey in the shotgun. Lachey takes the snap. Handoff up the middle to Sterniker. He is hit and he's down at the 39-yard line. And it's 4th and 3 for the Bobcats.
I believe that was actually 18. I'm not sure who 18.
That's Ryan Alger.
Ryan Alger, okay.
Ryan Alger.
Gotcha.
He got some carries in mop-up duty last year, and he gets a carry in a playoff game here.
Most of the younger guys, I believe, are they in Murphy? Most of the younger guys? They do got Lachey still out there and Trey Cook.
I see Tommy Ernst, the sophomore, out there.
Yeah.
Ryan Alger's been subbed off the field here. All the Cats still have some of their upperclassmen out there. You see Glenn Cribbs on the field here. Lachey taking the snap. Davis in the backfield. A handoff up the middle. Actually, a hand up the middle to Trey Cook. Looks like he gets the first down. So move the chains with 4 minutes and counting left in the fourth quarter. Cats just playing for pride here.
Oh yeah. It'd be nice to see them score one time in the end zone before this game ends, just to put up some points.
Luke Lachey in the shotgun, Trey Cook in the backfield. 2 receivers wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. 1st and 10 at the 39. Lachey the long snap count. Handoff up the middle to Trey Cook. Cook is hit and spun around at the 40-yard line. He got 1 yard there. But Trey Cook, another senior that we've got to talk about. He had some good plays offensively, but defense is really where he made his money.
Oh, yeah, defense, he was outstanding. I mean, he was very quick, so fast, especially when you would put him at safety. He would track. He'd be that one guy that, I mean, I'd love to go back in the record book and see how many touchdown-saving tackles he's had because, boy, he was always right there at the very end when runners would break through, or if runners were to break free.
Lachey takes a snap. A handoff up the middle. I think this is Ryan Alger, the ball carrier. He gets up to the 43-yard line. But another senior, Charlie James, another great defensive player for the Bobcats. Did a fine
Took over
job
as quarterback.
filling in at quarterback. Kyle Casey.
Oh, Kyle.
He was the quarterback the last couple years.
Throughout middle school, too.
Yep.
He was their quarterback for basically this senior offensive team.
Glenn Cribbs. Luke Lachey takes a snap. A handoff to Trey Cook. He is hit at the 42, brought down, and it's 4th and long for Grandview Heights. Glenn Cribbs, wide receiver. He had a breakout senior season. And finally, we'll have to talk about Luke Lachey headed to the University of Iowa in Iowa City.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, and you notice Luke's the one senior that's basically still in there. You got to think maybe Peters is still getting him as many touches as he can before he gets onto the field next year for
Big Ten football.
Big Ten football, yeah.
2 receivers wide to the far side. 3 receivers wide as Tommy Ernst is in motion. 1 to the right. Luke takes a snap. He's back to throw. Steps. Throws a bomb over the middle. He's got a man open. It's cut. Corey Cope to the 15, the 10. He's brought down inside the 5-yard line. Ball on the ground, but he's ruled down. But a big pass play there for Luke Lachey.
Good job, Cook. Yeah, and Luke Lachey, he just stepped back, took his time, and that was a nice little throw that Luke threw. Great throw.
Huge play for the Bobcats there. They want to end the shutout here badly.
Yeah.
They're down 48-0, but you would hate for them to be shut out. 53-yard play. Lachey in the gun with Cook at his left hip. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Lachey takes a snap. A handoff to Cook. Cook doesn't have a lot of room, and he is brought down at the continuing to push his way. He's down at the 2, but the Bobcats, they won't quit as Cook continued to try and get to the goal line there. 2nd and goal from the 3. Bobcats in the huddle with 20
getting a little
seconds
juicy.
left
You
in
just
the
see
fourth
if we
quarter.
can score here.
Bobcat fans are saying, go, go, go. Lachey in the gun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Lachey takes a snap, looks, throws it in the middle. It's cut for a
Got him.
touchdown by Max Mutt. And there goes the shutout with 10.6
And they'll
remaining.
continue the Luke Lachey touchdown streak. He didn't catch it this time, but he threw it in. Grandview
Lachey,
10 seconds ago.
First passing touchdown as a Grandview Bobcat, and will probably be his final play on a high school football field. Now the Bobcats will send out Hallie Giorski for one final kick. Kyle Casey out there for one final hold. And Trey Cook out there for a final snap. Cats rush Walter Donahue, the freshman, onto the field. He'll be the right tackle. Cook to snap, Casey to hold. Snap back, hold down. Giorgi's kick is up, and it is good. Great way for Hallie to end her fine kicking career at Grandview
Absolutely.
Heights.
Ends it with an exclamation point. And nice to see Grandview at least get on the board before the game ends. Definitely would have been definitely. It's very poetic that they scored actually to end the game, but Telly showed that they had some life in their offense tonight. But nice to see some of the players with smiles at least.
And knowing the players on this team, it's not surprising that's how they'd go out. And
Yeah.
they had a lot of injuries, dealt with a lot of adversity, but they hung in there. They're not going to get it done here tonight, but they went down swinging.
His own kids wanted to dress up as Luke Lachey for Halloween.
We're hearing the other broadcast here saying there are kids in Grandview dressing up as
Luke
Luke
Lachey.
Lachey for Halloween.
Yeah. Gotta love it.
We've created a legend here
Yeah.
at Grandview Heights. Mason Gastacey, the junior, to kick off here. Clock runs 6, 5, 4. Gastacey waits. The clock will run out. The Indians are going to the regional finals. They win it by a final score of 48-7 over Grandview Heights to end the season for the Bobcats.
Also want to thank everyone, Murph.
But Calvin, this is his final act as our stat keeper.
Hey, Calvin, thank you so much for the past 4 years
you.
of being with us. We'll let you take over now. Thank you.
One last Calvin stats corner. This year, Bobcats finished with 132 yards passing, and one passing touchdown by Luke Lachey on the final play of the game, and only 34 yards rushing, unfortunately. Mechanicsburg's offense was just beastly this game. They finished with 277 total rushing yards. Probst had 190 rushing yards, and they had 124 passing yards to add to that. And this being quite possibly my last stats corner of my career here, I've had
Not if you go to Ohio State next year.
I've had a great time helping out with these broadcasts, announcing, doing stats, doing camera over the past 4 years. A lot of great memories created on these football Friday nights, and I'm very glad to have had the opportunity. I'll probably be going to college out of state next year, so won't be able to make it back for many games. You may see me make a surprise appearance in one game. Yeah, we'll see. But this is probably my last year as full-time broadcast team member, and just want to thank the broadcast team and Mr. Bertani for helping us organize it, and also the players for giving us a good game, many good games to broadcast. So, yeah, that's all I have. Go Bobcats!
Yeah, go Bobcats! Thank you, Calvin. Stats that's a hard job. Don't act like it's not. He might have the hardest job of the crew here. And Calvin did a pretty dang good job doing it. But thanks to John Sterniker for all the production work he does with us. I know he has a busy schedule to fit in, but he makes it back for most Friday nights. and we can't thank him enough for his work. And he's always happy to get a chance to be on the air. Thanks to Brad Bertani for helping us with our booking, making sure we get in the press box. We had an issue at Afrocentric earlier this year. We've had issues other places, like at Paint Valley last week, where we kind of snuck in. But thanks to everybody who makes this program run. Once again, the final score: Mechanicsburg 48, Grandview 7.